This is a talk show that supports single, mature women, regardless of their age, past, fear of the future, whatever has happened to them. Single, mature women are going through life on their own, taking care of themselves. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's a dilemma. So we're out here just to help any single person, actually, any woman, any single person, single man. If you're older in life and you find it challenging, you're more than welcome to watch the videos. You're more than welcome to follow the Facebook page, Real American Cougar. I want to thank everybody for being so supportive. I got some really good messages lately on the Facebook page. A lot of support from even some of the older gentlemen, some of the younger gentlemen. A lot of support from women. We've got new people following the page. We have 20 subscribers now for this YouTube channel. 20. We have doubled in about, probably within the last month. And I really got to give a shout out to those subscribers because they are holding it down. They are bringing it. We're heading for the Real American Cougar, the RAC revolution. And the revolution is that we're sick and tired of being considered the old ladies flopping around trying to look like 20 years old, going after the 18-year-olds as soon as they're legal. We're done. We want to ditch the hype and create the light. So thank you for everybody who is subscribing and supporting us, and for all those that are viewing and following, and even you haters. I'm happy for all of you. So we're going to move forward, and I am really into this ditch the hype and live the life. I'm into everything that I say and I tell you. It's everything that I would do myself. It's not anything that I would not do. And in that respect, I want to give you a little bit of information, a little talk here about how I spent my Labor Day weekend by the Real American Cougar. How I spent my Labor Day weekend. And this weekend has been important to me. This weekend was significant. It never was before in my life, but this weekend was significant to me, and I'll tell you why. On the 5th of September, 2020 was a hard year. 2020 was a hard year for, I think, every person. There's more than one way that 2020 was a hard year. And for me, 2020 was a hard year because on the 5th of September 2020, I lost a relationship that I thought I had. I lost the love of someone that I thought I had and someone that I love dearly. I lost my best friend, my partner, the person that I was making life plans with. I lost all of that on the 5th of September, and it wasn't a very nice way. It wasn't an adult way. It wasn't two people sitting down saying, look, this is not working. I got to do this. I got to go this way. You got to go that way, whatever. There was no coming to an agreement. There was no, without warning. I had that terrible, terrible breakup, that physically assault breakup on the 5th of September in 2020. So here comes the 5th of September 2021. It's been a year since all this happened. Do I feel better? I feel better. I feel better. I think I've been coming along. I think I've been making quite a few strides in living my mature single life. But when I woke up in my bed on the 5th of September last Saturday, I was sad. I was sad. And I was crying a little bit. I have to admit, I was crying a little bit. And I thought, here it is, a holiday weekend, and I am not going to think about this. I'm not having this. This is my holiday weekend. It is a weekend for me to have fun. It is a weekend for me to enjoy. If I'm going to sit here and feel bad and over what I lost, I don't know what I lost. I didn't have it in the first place. But if I'm going to sit here and feel bad about my last holiday weekend of the Labor Day, it's not going to get me anywhere. So I decided I was going to get up and I was going to have fun. And I was going to make it the best weekend, even if I had to do it alone. Of course, I did have to do it alone because here I am. So I was going to do my weekend and I was going to have fun. So the first thing I did was I was going to go to town. I was going to get out of my house because one reason it was hard for me to wake up in my house is because before I bought my house, before all this happened, my ex-partner and I had chosen that very house to live in together. It was supposed to be a two-person house, not a one-person house. but it's a beautiful house, and I'm grateful to have it, and I did choose it. So that's one of the things that bothers me every so often, and that's one of the things that bothered me on the 5th of September, Saturday morning when I woke up. So here I am, alone in this beautiful house that was supposed to be a two-person house. Well, guess what? It's not a two-person house. So it's time to get off your butt and go and do something and spend your time in a positive way. So first thing I did was I got up, I got in the shower, I got dressed, I grabbed some coffee, I came downtown, I went to the music shop. The music shop is one of my favorite places. I like to go in there and I like to look around at everything that's in there, and I like to talk to Billy. Now, Billy's been my friend for quite some time, and anytime I need to talk, or I just want to goof off, or I just want to stop by, it's a safe place for me, and he's been a wonderful friend, and he never turns me down when I come in. If he's really, really busy, I try not to stay there and be a bother. But once in a while, I go see Billy, and we have a good talk, and we talked for quite some time, and it was really nice to see him. Don't get to have a talk with him so often. We're busy people. So I went and talked to him. And on my way out of there, just a few feet up the sidewalk, is there a little, like a little barn girl place, and it's called, what is it, Four Below, I believe it's called. And it used to be Mojo's. It used to be a hopping little place where I used to go, and now it's a new place. I've never been in there, but they built this nice little deck thing. It comes out from the sidewalk, and it goes out over the parking spot that's right there. And there's little tables there, and there's chairs there, and it's a nice little spot. And it was a nice day. It was a beautiful day on Saturday. The sun was shining. It wasn't too hot. There was a little bit of a breeze. So as I went back to my truck, when I got out and I went to go to the music store, there was an older gentleman sitting out there, and there was a younger guy sitting out there. And I walked by and went into the music store, didn't think anything of it. Came out, walked by, they were still there. So they struck up a conversation with me. So I started talking with them. And the older gentleman, he went back inside the Four Below, and the younger gentleman, he stayed out there, and he was a pretty cute little ginger hippie young man. Had just bought himself a van, and we were laughing about it. It was a nice van. We told him all he needed was a river now, but we had a nice little conversation. We sat there for about an hour or so and talked about all kinds of things, and it was fun. And I probably will never see this person again, but you know what? It was fun. It was nice to just sit and talk in a safe environment. So I did that. I was just, doing whatever come up to have fun. And so then I forgot that I was supposed to be going to the coffee shop and getting coffees for me, my son, and his girlfriend. So I'm like, oh, gotta go get coffees. So went and got coffees, went to my son's place, had coffee with him and his girl, and visited with them for a while. Oh, gotta run home. It's time to get ready. Went home, got a shower, got dressed up, went out to the res, Salamanca, watched a group of a three-person band, a three-man band that I just love to watch, Iron Eyes Experience. Oh my God, I love those guys. They had friends, musical friends, so I went out there to see them. I thought, I don't care if I'm the only one going by myself, I'm going. I'm not sitting home today. So I went out there, good show, nice people, nice guy. His nephew there plays the bass. Nice people. The young man that plays the drums. It was nice to see them again. It was nice to talk to them again. And I also ran into a couple that I had not seen for quite some time. And I thought, well, wow, this Salamanca is a little ways from where we are now. Not way, way far away, but you don't always see people that live here in town or people that live outside of Jamestown out on the res. But they were there listening too. So I got to talk to them. I got to talk to the husband and the wife. I was friends with both of them. And sometimes when you talk to people, you find out things that you never, ever, ever knew about yourself. Like I found out that before I moved into my house, that I lived in a trailer out in the middle of nowhere. And I never lived in a trailer out in the middle of nowhere. So I don't know where that came from. But I said, no, sorry, I've never lived in a trailer out in the middle of nowhere. You must be thinking of someone else. But so you find out things about yourself when you talk to other people sometimes. So, I got home, I had to get ready, get showered, look nice, go out from 6 to 9. I got there probably about 7:45. So I was there for a little over an hour, and that was fun. There was a little bit of a ride back. And by the time I got home, my day was done. I was happy. I had been busy. I had a good time. So I didn't cry. I didn't cry any of the rest of the day. Sunday comes. So I stay up late when I get home because it's later when I get home, and I figure, well, I'm just going to fiddle around, play some video games, mess around, stay up late. I don't have to get up in the morning. I have to get up for work all day through the week, so I'm staying up late. So I stayed up late, and I slept into about, I don't know, 10 o'clock or so. I slept in the next day. And so then I thought, well, what am I going to do now? This is the second day of my vacation, and it's going to be a good day. So I found out by Facebook that some musical friends of mine, they have a little band, and they were having a Labor Day party. And I thought, I'm going. So I went down there. There weren't a lot of people there, but there was music there, and there was food there. I ate some of the best ribs I've ever ate, cooked out on the grill all day long. Oh, they were so good. There was a lot of other good things there, so I ate some good food, and I listened to some music, and I even played a little bit of music. I got a chance to play some bass with them, and ended up getting a gig as a stand-in bass player for the guy that usually plays. Had surgery on his hand, and he can't play. So the keyboard player was standing in for the bass player, so now the keyboard player can play keyboard, and I can play bass. So Tuesday night was the first practice, and it was fun, and I was happy, and I was glad I went to the party. On my way back from there, I stopped and I saw my daughter and my granddaughter. I love to see my granddaughter. She's going to be 6 in about, not long, 8 days. She's going to be 6 years old. She's first grade, and she is a riot. And I love to see her, so I stopped by and I saw her on my way home. Then I went home, then it was late, it was time to go to bed. I was tired, I had a good day, I'd spent all day. Monday comes. Monday I get up, I talk to my girlfriend on the phone, we decide we're going to go out for brunch. We go out for brunch, we sit and have brunch. She's also a single, mature woman, alone, lives alone. We have brunch, we ride around, we look at an antique place, we go home. I come home, I'm tired, I got up earlier than what I had, and I hadn't been, getting a lot of rest because I've been running around, and I fell asleep. Otherwise, I would have crashed the wedding reception of a young lady I've known all her life, so I didn't get to do that. But I woke up, I cleaned my house, got ready for work the next day. That's how I spent my Labor Day weekend. And you say, so what? I don't want to hear about your weekend, whoopee-doo. Well, let me tell you about my weekend. All right, so I woke up feeling bad at the beginning of my weekend. I was crying. I could have stayed home and was miserable the whole weekend. I could have worried and thought about everything that happened that there's nothing I can do about now if I wanted to, but I didn't want to. So I got up and decided that my Labor Day holiday was never going to be ruined ever again by the memory of someone who wasn't worth my time. So I decided to have fun. I made a decision not to be sad. I made a decision to go out and have fun and live my life and see what happened and enjoy myself. So I made the decision to enjoy myself. I also decided that I was going to dress up and show up. One of the hardest things for me is to go somewhere alone. I hate to do anything alone. I hate to grocery shop alone. I just hate it. I hate to do errands alone. I hate to have to take care of things alone. And I do have to because I'm single. That's just the way it is. So for me to dress up and show up, that took a lot on my part, a lot of effort. And so what I did was I made confidence my superpower. I decided that I was going to dress up, show up, enjoy myself, talk to people. I wasn't going to say anything if I didn't need to say anything because everything that was going to happen was going to be pleasant and I was out to enjoy myself. Of course, there's always some people who are happy for you, and we talked about the people who don't mind telling you they're not. So, of course, how is so-and-so? What, did you hear that so-and-so is here or there? So-and-so, of course, being my ex-person from 9/5/2020. And fine, wonderful, good. I don't know for sure where he's at. I really want to answer the questions. I didn't really think about it, but unless it was brought up, I was not going to talk about it. And I definitely did not talk about it. A couple people brought it up, and I answered them, and that was that. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to worry about it on my happy weekend. So I decided that I wasn't going to be sad. I decided confidence was my superpower. I decided that I was going to do something happy instead of sit around and be miserable. And it worked out great, guys. I did everything that I've been telling you guys to do. And when I was sitting there laying in my bed and crying, I thought, you know what? I need to get out there and do what I've been telling my fellow single mature women to do. I need to take my own advice, and I need to take this in hand and do something about it and choose what I want to do and create my life. And that's what I did. And I had a wonderful weekend because of it. I had a wonderful weekend. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I don't just sit here and tell you stuff and tell you what you should do. I tell you what works for me and things that I've researched that might help you along the way, because I want you to create your life as well. And I want you to know that I am real. I am the Real American Cougar. I will share my real experiences with you, and I will tell you that, you know, what I tell you, I will also put into practice in my own life. You can believe that. So that's how my Labor Day weekend went. It made a complete turnaround from how it started out, and that was really nice. And I read something, and this is a little saying, and I'm going to tell it to you too. And it doesn't matter if you're single and you've broken up with somebody, or you've had a bad experience, an event like I had, or you're with somebody and you're just feeling alone. And even if you're with somebody, always remember that your soulmate is not the person that you're crying over. Keep that in mind. You can make yourself happy. If you're crying over anyone, rethink your situation. You know, make your own happiness. You don't have to stick with someone just because you're afraid of what will happen. You don't have to go through your mind over and over of the things that have happened if you're single and you're not with somebody, and you don't have to replay that all the time. You can create your life. And I did. This weekend, I created my life, and it was great. If you have any questions, concerns, swear words, comments, feel free to get a hold of me on Facebook Messenger on the Real American Cougar Facebook page. You can send me an email and just spill it out to me. Just let me know what's going on. Just let me know. I won't tell anybody. I promise. I won't tell it on the show. I promise. Just send me an email at ricmatureculture@gmail.com. And, don't forget to view and follow and subscribe. All right, guys. Glad you had a good weekend. Hope all of your Labor Day and all your holiday weekends and holidays are great. We'll talk to you next week. Peace out.